we'll wait till, I think we need to be getting, I think we might just be getting a reporter from there as well.
Yes.
But for the moment, to go back to the NDDC and its troubles, I hear we can try Ovieteme on Skype.
Okay.
He's on Skype.
Okay. Ovieteme, good morning.
Good morning, Asuko.
So what is the mood in the Niger Delta region, particularly Yenegua, concerning the NDDC probe?
Well, just like every other conscious Nigerian, the people of the Niger Delta are waiting for the proceedings to commence at the National Assembly today. They have been jolted out of the blues by trillions and billions of naira they've been hearing that they never knew existed or were in the coffers of the interventionist agency, that is the Niger Delta Development Commission. Now they want to know who has been stealing monies meant for development of the impoverished and underdeveloped Niger Delta. Incidentally, the region which has been oiling the wheels of the Nigerian economy since 1956 by reason and virtue of the fact that the first commercial oil well at Oloibiri was where oil was discovered by Shell Darcy, now called Shell Petroleum Development Company. Everyone wants to know, where have the monies been going to all this while? Since it was founded 20 years ago, established 20 years ago by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and then about 15 trillion naira. No developments down here. I must say it as it is. Now, this is not being exaggerated. The region, Bayelsa in particular, is littered all over by uncompleted and abandoned projects. And now the Pandora's box has been opened. Everyone wants to know. This has been happening for many years, but nothing happened until President Muhammadu Buhari ordered the commencement of a forensic audit, which, of course, will be turned in before the year runs out. But before that, the probe by the National Assembly, and now the brickbats between the National Assembly and, of course, the Interim Management Committee. Now, everybody wants to know, who are those handling monies meant for the development of the Niger Delta? Who, literally, the monies meant for the development of the Niger Delta? And why is this probe coming up now? But looking at it technically, it is good news. Despite the pains the people feel, it is good news. Liken it to a patient going to a medical facility for an operation. The surgeon's knife could be very painful when it cuts deep into the skin, but then the disease is brought out. The person goes through the pain, goes through the healing process, and then salvation comes. This is the situation right now.
So, just like you are, we've also suffered years of pain. So it's like we are already facing the surgical knife, And if you look at, I know there was a time you went to Oloibiri yourself. Can you paint a graphic picture of what you saw? Because Oloibiri and even the east-west road that happens to be the major road that links the Niger Delta with the west, is still in disrepair. So just paint a picture so that the viewers will understand what we are talking about and the trillions of naira that has been spent. So what are people really happy with what is really happening in the Niger Delta region?
Down here in the Niger Delta region, there are no smiling faces at all. You talked about Oloibiri. Well, that is the name for all the oil wells within that area. But the community I visited was where oil was found in commercial quantity. That is Otuabage. No power supply except for solar-powered lights. No potable water. You saw the video. It's a people yearning for development over the years, but development has not come. Well, former President Shagari, of course, the foundation stone was laid there for an oil and gas research institute. Then much later, former President Olusegun Obasanjo came after Shehu Shagari to lay another foundation, but they are just standing there as monuments that have been forgotten. No oil and gas research institute, no projects to engage the youth in meaningful ventures. The people are just waiting. That was why I said perhaps, just maybe, President Muhammadu Buhari could write his name in gold by looking in this direction to do something to assuage their plight. You talked about the East-West Road. Now, this could have been a subject for another day, but I tell you, nothing is happening. Potholes everywhere. Going to Benin for the APC and the PDP governorship primaries, what we saw before entering Benin, it's like it's a different geographical location down here. Nothing seems to be happening. Billions of naira, trillions of naira going into that project, but it is sad that many have perished on that east-west road. They met their Waterloo sometimes in the night. Petrol tankers had tumbled, spilled over. I could remember the sad case of Okobe, where more than 100 persons were burnt to death because they went to scoop fuel. The innocence of the people manifested when they saw petrol that is actually produced in the region spilling away. They went to grab fuel, and then it was a dance macabre. They all got burnt and died.
Okay.
That is the story in the Niger Delta.
Ovie, thank you very much. A riveting report that you're giving us. But stay with us, please, because we've got to take a break now.